It is still boiling hot, y'all.
It was the best ice cream I've ever had in my life.
I feel like I have not vlogged in the longest time. You guys wouldn't know because I've had videos going up, but I did sort of take a break. I was pretty ahead on filming. I had a family vacation come up, and it's been a while since I've actually spoken to the camera. So hi, I've missed you. I'm about to have a really nice summery solo couple of days, and so I thought that I would take you along with me. It is currently about 4:30 on a Saturday, and it is July 6th, so I have not worked in 2 days now. The weekend was double length because of the holiday, so I'm feeling nice and well rested, and I am about to get on the ferry. I love the ferry. If you've been here a while, you know how much I love the ferry. And I'm gonna take it up to Domino Park in Williamsburg, and I'm gonna get something to eat up there and just have a nice chill outside evening. It is really, really hot today. It's been really hot for a couple days now, and I've just kind of been inside all day because it's just too hot. But now that it is evening time, I'm gonna go enjoy the outdoors. I wanna show you my dress. How can I? Hang on. Okay, so I'm wearing this little activewear dress that I got on Amazon. It's got a really cute open back, but the craziest thing about it is that the little shorts underneath are not attached in the back here. So they're only attached in the front, and then there's like an opening, so you don't have to take the whole dress off when you go to the bathroom. Crazy. I know, it's linked to my Amazon storefront, but let's go. Yeah, let's go. It's after 5 o'clock, and it is still boiling hot, y'all. Like, I stepped outside and immediately felt sticky.
We're already a good couple of minutes into this video, and I haven't even bothered to introduce myself yet. How rude of me. Hi, welcome. My name's Hannah, and I live in New York City with my husband Ross and our cat Rory. I'm a musician working a day job in marketing for a music organization. I teach music lessons in the evenings, and I'm a YouTuber, which means I'm usually a pretty busy bee. July 5th, the day before I started filming this video, marked 5 years living here, and the excitement really still hasn't worn off for me. It was a lifelong dream of mine to move to New York City one day, and it's really important to me to always appreciate that I'm literally living my dream right now. I have rough days and times when I feel pretty beaten down by the city for sure, and I do my best to document those as well, but for the most part, I think I do a pretty good job at continuing to appreciate my life here and all that this wonderful place has to offer, like these views from the ferry. Are you guys getting tired of seeing the ferry yet? I really hope not, but I feel like I film every time I'm on it because it's just so beautiful.
There's finally a bit of a breeze, and it feels so good.
So I was heading to try this place called Quinoa Kitchen, which I still want to try one day. It sounds really delicious, but when I got there, I noticed a little Mexican spot right next to it, and in the moment, a quesadilla just sounded way better to me. This was a very simple, no-frills spot called Border Burrito that serves California-style Mexican food. I got my food to go, and I didn't wait for it very long at all. Then I walked over to Domino Park to eat outside by the water, and I passed this really beautiful street art along the way. I ordered a standard chicken quesadilla. It was very large and it came with rice and beans, and I also got a side of chips and guac because of course I did, and it all cost around $18.
Okay, I really hope you guys can hear me okay, but I have a feast here for just me. I'm so thrilled. This guacamole looks so good. I'm gonna try the quesadilla. I feel like I've made a good decision. This plastic fork might be a problem. I don't know if there's a knife in the bag. I get some sour cream on there. I'm gonna get some beans in the bite.
Guys, this is really good. With some casual Mexican food in New York City. Really good. I also have this sparkling iced Starburst orange drink here that I got literally a week ago when my friend was in town, and she said it was really delicious and tasted like orange soda. And it really does. It's only 5 calories. And somehow very much tastes like a real orange soda. So, would recommend. So I was just thinking about how much I would like to have an ice cream. But I was thinking, no, you don't really need ice cream. But then I looked up on my phone what ice cream places are around here. And I saw that there was an Oddfellows. And now I have to have an ice cream. I just discovered Oddfellows when I had my dental surgery a few months ago. My besties Pedro and Natalia sent me some, which is just like the sweetest thing in the world. Oh my gosh, but it was the best ice cream I've ever had in my life. And now I gotta go get some. Trash. The story of how Oddfellows began is so fun, and I love it so much. In 2011, Mohan Kumar mentioned to his chef friend Sam that his pregnant wife Holiday was craving savory ice cream and he couldn't find any for her at the grocery store. Chef Sam whipped up some pretzel ice cream for her, and Oddfellows was born. The three of them opened their first shop here in Williamsburg in 2013, and there are now 8 locations in New York City and beyond. I got the cookies and cream ice cream, which is one of the flavors Pedro and Natalia sent me after my surgery, and when I tell you I have never tasted a richer, creamier ice cream in my whole life, I'm not exaggerating. So I'm waiting on the ferry to go back home. It's going to be about 10 minutes. I'm just hanging out, enjoying this beautiful sunset. But I realized that I never said where Ross is this evening. And I just have to like brag on him for a second because it's so cool. He is currently working at Little Island for a Childish Gambino concert. And I just think that's the coolest thing in the world because I love Childish Gambino. I was like, can you get me into the concert? And he said he couldn't get me in, which is a bummer, but he's gonna try to get some video for me. But I don't know, I thought it was really cool. And he apparently just ran into a couple of our friends who were there to see the show. So I wish I had known earlier that this was happening so I could have gotten a ticket. He didn't even know until he showed up to work yesterday what he was even working at. So exciting surprises.
Good morning, everybody. It is a little later right now than I wanted to be starting my day. It's about 10:30. Ross didn't get home until after midnight last night. We ended up staying up till like 2. So I was slow this morning, but I'm about to take myself to the beach. It is the weekend of solo activities for me. I'm gonna go to Coney Island. It is really hot today. It is a little cloudy right now and it feels okay, but it's gonna get up to like 92 today, which I almost feel like is too hot for the beach, especially if the sun comes out, but I don't know. We'll see. It might end up being more like a couple of hours at the beach rather than a full beach day, but I just want to get out there. I'm going to Coney Island because it is the easiest beach for me to get to from where I live. It's just a quick ride on the Q train. So let's go do it.
So I made it. I'm here at the beach. It is actually a perfect day. I was so worried that it was going to be too hot, but the cloud coverage is really, really helping. There's a nice breeze going. Feels great. You guys are probably about to judge me so hard because I have Subway, but I always get Subway when I come here. And I know that's crazy. Like, there's so much food, but the boardwalk food is just really overpriced. Most of it's very, like, greasy. Not that Subway is, like, healthy. Look, I know it's not. And I know you might say, why not go to Nathan's, right? I'm just not a hot dog girl. I have reviewed Nathan's on this channel before, and as far as hot dogs go, it's pretty good. I just don't love a hot dog, so I got barbecue chips, a chocolate chip cookie that I'm gonna have to eat really quickly or it's gonna melt, and an Italian BMT sandwich with extra cheese. I've never actually come to the beach by myself before. This is kind of a vibe. Like, I can just sit here as long as I want to. I've got my whole sheet to myself. And yes, I am on a sheet because a sheet is way preferable to a towel. I feel if you lay a towel down, it just gets covered in sand so quick, but the sheet allows enough extra room that doesn't happen. Oh, also, I feel the need to correct myself from earlier because at one point I definitely said Coney Island was the closest beach to me. It is not. Manhattan and Brighton beaches are on the way here for me. They're smaller beaches, but they're just separated by like a couple of stops, you know? And I was thinking in reference to Rockaway Beach. Like, it's closer than Rockaway Beach, but it is not the closest beach. I really love the vibe of Coney Island for reasons that I think a lot of people don't like it. Like, it's just really chaotic. There's a lot going on all the time. You know, I don't even come here for the rides and stuff. I just come here and sit in the sands. I'm not a ride person. I get motion sickness, and it makes rides really not fun for me. But it kind of sucks because I do enjoy a ride if I can manage to not feel sick. But being sick just kind of ruins it. There are so many people walking around me right now. I'm getting very distracted trying to talk to y'all. Crowds are unavoidable here, though. You're not going to come here and it not be crowded, which I guess, like, is a pro for the other beaches. They're not going to be this crowded, but it is what it is. I kind of like it, except that a child was about to kick sand all over my shoes just now. Before I disrobe and get comfy, I also just want to give a little life update. Like I said earlier in the video, I wasn't vlogging for a while because I was on a family vacation, and then there was like a week in between before I picked the camera back up because I had plenty of content filmed. I also did take a week off, not for lack of content, for lack of time to edit with the beach trip. But the beach trip was a lot of fun. It was really fun to see my family. I always enjoy that trip. There was a big bummer though. I was sick literally the entire trip. I went to urgent care. I tested for COVID, strep, and flu. All were negative. So I just had some kind of like awful bug that made my throat incredibly sore. At least though, it's a really chill trip. Like, my family, we all kind of just hang out on the beach and don't do a whole lot. So, you know, I was able to like lay on the beach and be sick. It was honestly kind of funny, just like laying on the beach with my Tylenol and my throat lozenges in my bag. So that was a bummer. And then Ross caught it right when we got back. So I'm glad he at least made it through the trip, and he's feeling better now, but that was a bummer. So, other than that, I'm just hanging out, vibing, about to go back to work tomorrow after the 4th of July break, 4 days off right after the beach trip. So it's been kind of nice. I just feel like I've had a lot of time off. I only worked 2.5 days last week. Ross and I are also starting to get really excited for our trip to the UK that's coming up at the end of August. We're spending 2 weeks in England and Scotland, and we've been doing a lot more detailed planning recently. Of course, I will be taking you guys along in that trip, so I'm just really getting excited. But I think right now I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute, get some sunscreen on, and enjoy my lunch. There's a guy in front of me right now with a snake and a parrot, and he's just like sitting them on the ground. This has to be one of those situations where he's going to charge people to pet them or whatever, but the snake's just in the sand. One of my favorite things at Coney Island is the pier. It offers really stunning views of the ocean and the beach and the theme park from a much different perspective than you get from the shore. It can also be a really nice respite from the party vibe on the beach, once you get further out on it anyways. When you first walk onto the pier, the first half is usually a big party, and it's honestly really fun. But once you get out closer to the end, it's much quieter and is mostly just people fishing or taking in the view. It's so pretty out here. Should have come over here sooner. It's really nice and peaceful. I'm home. I'm happy. I'm sweaty, and I am exhausted. Being in the sun just makes me so tired, and I know that's not just a me thing, that's an everybody thing pretty much, but like, it is just astounding to me how laying in the sun for a couple of hours reading a book knocks me out. Also, speaking of the book I'm reading, I am currently reading The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. It's the new like prequel to The Hunger Games. I loved The Hunger Games when I was a teenager. I was just the right age for them when they came out, and it's just been so like beautifully nostalgic to be reading this book and being back in this world, and I really just think it is so good. I didn't have high hopes for it. That's why it's taken me so long to read it. I think it's been out for over a year now, but it's a really good read, and I'm really excited to watch the movie once I finish it. I'm like 90% through the book. I'm gonna finish it tonight, so I feel like I can already go ahead and tell you how good it is. And if you loved The Hunger Games like I did and you haven't read this one yet, you should, because it's really great. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the last 24 hours of my total self-indulgence, hanging out with myself, doing the things that I want to do. It really has been pretty much exactly 24 hours since I started vlogging, and it's been a good one. I've really enjoyed my me time. Which, by the way, I am absolutely not as much of a loner as I appear on camera. I do in fact have friends that I see sometimes. I do in fact hang out with my husband a lot of the time. I just tend to vlog a lot when I'm alone, and I am an introvert, and I do really enjoy being alone, and I think it's important to be able to do things alone. So I hope you enjoyed hanging out with me while I did things alone. I'm gonna go get in the shower now because I feel absolutely disgusting. I'm going to chug a liquid IV and have a popsicle because that sounds really good, and just enjoy the rest of my evening here at home. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like for me. It helps YouTube to know to push my videos out to more people like you, so that, you know, more people find my videos. I'm never good at this. I'm never gonna be good at this. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thanks so much for watching.